What up, my freaks? RuinusInsight here with part 18 of my Total Warhammer 3 Vilitch the Curseling Immortal Empires campaign. So as we saw last time, we suffered a little bit of a setback as Archaon managed to reclaim the plains of Zanbaijin basically by himself, as in his army was destroyed with relatively decent casualties not done to us, but then we couldn't kill Archaon with the basic troops we had in the garrison. Unfortunate, but it is the nature of the game. Sometimes we've seen Vilitch do the exact same thing, minus, not suffering losses on our side, but, Vilitch just killing entire enemy armies, basically, so not too problematic. Now we are gonna try to reclaim the plains of Zanbaijin, moving a small little army here and hoping that we can get Kolek to help us out. We'll see if that actually works out shortly. We should also probably try to tell these guys, the Dolgan, to attack this as well. Alrighty, just tell everybody to basically attack it. And then hopefully they all follow you, Ragnar, along. Doesn't really matter who claims this as long as Archaon dies, and then we can take the Crystal Spires without having to move Vilitch to do it himself. That would be the most annoying. But anyway, that's going to be a consideration for later, because in the meantime we have a Greases who's dared to move up towards us, and we're going to make him regret it. So, and the first thing we need to do is figure out which of these armies is going to attack him, and I guess it should be this one because we have the long-range capabilities. Let's actually get you some buffs then. You have... Yeah, you're gonna get Warp Fire for all the Flamers to buff those up. Warp Fire and Doom Fire, and then possibly some Chaos Vanguard as well later on. Alrighty, so that's good. Exalted Heroes, I guess you can keep moving in terms of becoming stronger fighters. Both of you, while you're at it. Get your hard to hit, and ooh, you got nice amounts of levels. Get your Foe Seeker like so. And then the other army also needs the exact same thing. I think we're gaining XP from Vilitch sharing his XP via that one event that we got the last episode. You're gonna get the Brand of Char for obvious reasons. Paragon of Change is just too good not to have. And then you guys... What do we have here? You have Fated Protector for obvious reasons, and we may want to get the same thing in the other army. Ironically, Fated Protector probably going to be more useful to this army than this one. Well, no, it'll be useful to both. In fact, it might be a reason to get a Sorcerer in this army as well. We'll see. In the meantime, Metal Shifting for you, Evasion for you, and then we'll move into Final Transmutation of Lead afterwards. And then lastly, you... And just like the others, are going to move through Deadly Blade and into Foe Seeker. Good. Alrighty, they should be able to kill plenty an Ogre. Let's move you into Encamp stance, or regular stance, and then let's attack. He's going to run, obviously.
You are destined to die.
But then the second time, we should be able to catch him just fine. Alrighty, so you're gonna move up, like so. We're gonna use both armies because of the extra XP that's afforded. We only need one, because this army is actually pretty weak, but, I mean, free XP is free XP after all. I should have had our assassin do something about that. Oh well, too late. We'll do a Rampager standard on one of you guys, but we're probably gonna redeploy that to one of these instead. Alrighty, that looks good to me. Should be an easy battle, but hey, at least we'll get to watch the Ogres suffer lots and lots of hits. Let's get to this cinematically. Alrighty, hopefully this will be an interesting battle. I mean, it should be a fun one. We are going to be holding a hill after all, and the enemy has a ton of ogres, which would probably not be as susceptible to several of the types of units we have, like our hell cannons. Otherwise, though, we do have the advantage, as we do have two armies on top of the fact that with holding this little hill, I do imagine we should be able to deal with anything the Ogres got coming. Anyway, we're going to start the battle off by annoying the enemy with a bunch of blue fires of change. If you're wondering why the enemy isn't actually attacking us right now, it's because they can't see us. The the buff is still up, so the enemy has no idea where any of our units are, which must be infuriating. Alrighty, there we go. At least they can see our lord now who's hovering overhead. I'm gonna give a few more of those hell cannon shots in there, and though they don't appear to do much. Looks like a single hell cannon shot brings down a single basic ogre bull, which, well, frankly, is almost not worth it. But hey, this is a heck of a hill to hold, and just wait until the enemy gets here. There we go. Looks like the first of the Ogre Bulls are arriving. Gonna get hit by some or pink fires, rather. And then they will hit the aspiring champions, who should be able to take on an Ogre Bull without too much trouble. I would imagine the pink fire here isn't even necessary, as in the pink horrors firing. And here come the rest of the ogres. Let's see how this all works out. There we go, some portal glyphs opening up with a few units of furies. The purpose of these guys mostly to distract the ogres while our range units get to work. A third portal opening up to do the exact same thing on the side over here. Yeah, portal glyphs quite useful. And there we go, here comes the fire, or at the very least the fire from our flamers. Hell cannons continue to fire, flamers firing, and just waiting for those warp fire throwers to join in a little bit. It seems like they have a little bit more difficult time actually firing than the flamers do. Perhaps it's because they're Skaven models and they're a little bit more hunched over. Or actually smaller units, and the flamers are floating and higher. Maybe it gives them an easier firing angle. On top of that, it feels like they probably have a smaller range. But anyway, this is pretty fun already. I am very much enjoying hosing the enemy down with all these fire types. And on top of that, this feels very appropriate for a Tzeentch battle, doesn't it? We also have our reinforcing army arriving, though they're just gonna blob up around whatever they can reach here. There we go, these poor Ogre Bulls. A Soul Grinder and 2 Giants are right in front of them. And more fire coming down, and lots of those Ogre Bulls already deciding to rout quite quickly at that, but that should be very much expected. We also did summon a couple units of Pink Horrors. Those are not our Pink Horrors, this is just a summoned unit, so wouldn't worry about them getting a little bit hurt here. And same thing, obviously, for the Furies. I think the most damage is liable to be onto the Forsaken, which I did deploy to the side here to protect the Hell Cannons from the reinforcements that came out here. But that's not nearly as interesting as the main battle line and this fiery hill defense that we got going. Alrighty, oh, and that's a massive blob of ogres, and they're all about to rout. They're getting distracted by 2 exalted heroes, and are about to get ripped apart by various multicolored flames. If nothing else, the rats may not be super effective here, but they add their fire to this with more multicolored flame, which is very appreciated by any Tzeentch, I'm sure. All the lore about Tzeentch always likes to talk about those multicolored fires, so it does make much sense. In fact, there's a lot of particle effects on the field and a lot of units on the field at the same time, so it's getting a little bit laggy here, but should still be okay. It's reasonable, it's playable, I should say. And there we go, the battle is nearly over. Very few of those enemy Ogre Bulls remain to challenge us. Getting a few more of those fires to explode the enemy, and ooh, skirmish mode appears to have broken on one of our units, specifically the warp fire throwers, who ran into a fire and then got hosed down by blue fires instead. Ouch for them. They must have taken quite a hard hit there. And otherwise, I do believe the battle, just like that, is quite over, even as our reinforcing army comes in to help out. There we go. Run away, Greasus, but we don't actually have to kill you because you ran away once already. What a fun fight. I mean, it was a very easy one, and we didn't really have to control the army at all, but it was very fun to watch, and very, very Tzeentch, as it should be. Alrighty, gotta love those hill-holding type battles. Tiny bit of damage to a couple of our units, but ultimately not anything to be concerned with. We're pretty okay with souls right now and money, so I think we're going to heal up to full. I have a feeling that we did more damage to ourselves than otherwise. And by the looks of it, the flamers just outfired the warp fire throwers by a massive amount, and I understand that they're a tier 3 unit once again compared to a tier 1 unit, but still, that's pretty big. Yeah, definitely looking like it'll probably be better to replace those, because they did the least damage out of all the units. In fact, well, we can't really compare the melee units because they didn't fight a lot of the time, but still. Alternatively, once again, we replaced them with the, cashing out income from all back. Okay, this is actually kind of meh, because we don't rely on trade income. Yeah, we just replaced them with some Poison Wind Globadiers. That's the way we do it. Or possibly any other Skaven unit that does fire damage. Does Warp Lightning Cannon do fire damage, or does it not? I don't remember. Anyway, you can get Warp Fire as well, and buff up those demonic missile units, or continue to do so. And in addition to that, do we want to maybe get Corrupt Mage? Let's get Corrupt Mage. The miscast chance for enemies and the Winds of Magic Power Reserve. Well, Power Reserve is not super needed right now, but at the very least, we do want the other thing. Now, you two will probably want to go after Jiao Ming, and he is going to keep building up outside his territory. And the question for us now is, which army doesn't have defeated Jiao Ming again? I think it's you, yes? Yeah, you've defeated Miao Ying. You have defeated Jiao Ming. Yeah, there it is. Merciless to Ming. Okay, so that means you are the one who needs to kill him. We can put you into ambush. We can also put you into ambush. Alright, let's do this. Put you out front. In fact, wait, if we put you into ambush, he might attack us, in which case, nah, there's the likelihood of it being... Well, actually, we do now have greatly reduced chance of being detected. Yeah, the problem I don't like about that is Barbaros is the one that needs the defeat trait. And only one of them can get it. They don't both get it. Yeah, because clearly you didn't get the defeat trait for Greasus, which means if the ambush succeeds... Yeah, you know what? No, I don't think we ambush this turn. Possibly do it next turn. Or possibly put you right at the edge of this, yeah, but then you won't be able to ambush anyway. Well, let's move like this. Let's hope they don't run. This is their last settlement after all, so they should in theory at least try to protect it. We'll see. We'll see. Alrighty, well that looks good to me, and let's have the assassins move. These armies still do need to separate, and where's the other assassin? You. You could try for... Well, actually, you're on guard. You could try for killing this guy. Assassinate, or you could wait and then assault units, or even assault the garrison, which you've got a very high chance of doing. Now, the garrison isn't much, but you could do quite a bit of damage to it, and I think I like that idea more. So let's just wait the turn until next turn, wherein we will attack. Okay, that looks good. Grimgor. Looks like Grimgor will have claimed all of Goldtooth's provinces, which is fine, because we don't really want them. There's no dark fortresses here, they're all up north, so our vassals can have them. And yeah, once again, if we give them Carrick Varag, that would be nice. Otherwise, I do believe we're ready to end the turn, yes? I mean, wait, Tech Thief, you're the one that has 8, yeah, you don't need to do anything. Alrighty, let's end the turn, and then we'll figure out what we can do about Archaon. Let's hope that this works out. We might also get attacked by lizards right now. Our allies are coming for them. No, they're still gonna siege. Wow, they're really afraid of some basic units there, aren't they? Surprising. I genuinely thought that they'd attack immediately. Man, I over-recruited. Archaon. You want a peace treaty now? Not unless you are willing to become our vassal. So no. Alrighty. And, oh, he's got a full stack there already, damn. Okay, that's kind of annoying. I do wonder what's in the stack, though, and he's right beside Kolek, I take it. Yeah, the two... Well, I'm willing to bet Archaon will win the fight. Tales of Tempest, yada yada yada, mission issued, yada yada yada, you. March stance? If you march stance, Archaon would be able to hit you. But if you don't march stance, you might not be able to reach the plains of Zhenbaijin. Yeah, you wouldn't be able to, so I think we have to risk march stancing. You have not been told to claim that, have you? No, you've been told to attack plains of Zhenbaijin, or possibly Archaon. You know what, I'm gonna switch you to attacking Archaon himself. Assuming that Kolak will die, because I'm 99% sure he will. Let's buff this army up. It just needs to be strong enough to kill Archaon, which, to be fair, is still quite difficult. It's got another troll in here. This is costing us a lot of cash. And the thing is, I would love to get some of these units in here, but we need to not waste units, you know what I mean? Oh, please don't make Vilitch come down here, damn it. Alrighty, well, Vilitch, either way, you can get the Crystal Spires after we steal tech from here. Actually, you know what? You've got this for 6 turns, move north. Hey. Move north. There you go. Vilitch, you are going to attack this. And I guess the question is, do we siege this, or do we immediately take it? The problem here is obviously the fact that we still need to take out the plains of Zhenbaijin. So, yeah, you know what, I think we have to siege. Kind of a waste of a turn for Vilitch, but there isn't too much that we can do about it. We could get some pink horrors in here. And maybe a couple screamers, though we don't have the screamer gift up anymore. The pink horrors won't help kill Archaon. The soul grinder might kill him from range. It's the unit itself that's the problem. And then again, if his army gets absolutely crippled by this army, it wouldn't be as much of a problem. Please don't make Vilitch come down here. I suppose if Vilitch does, he could go down to the Darklands orcs, but there's so much more to do up here. Which is what has me concerned. I suppose we could make you an actual army, but we'd have to probably replace the Lord. You have opened eyes. Castle Sorcerer, Lord of Death. I suppose if we switch your lores, you could become something better. As in, and become devoted to Tzeentch. Or Lore of Metal, depending on what we do with you. But I figure Tzeentch, I mean, we still do need to trade Vilitch's forces. Yeah, there is that. And we were going to build him up to be a massive infantry and cavalry army. If we give you 1 soul grinder... Alright, let's do this. Ooh, wait. I wonder, what's Archaon's spell resistance? Ah, we can't check. I was thinking Blue Fires of Tzeentch in combination with the, with repeated use of Spirit Leech. In fact, you should get Root Marcher, but then 2 points into Spirit Leech. Or 1 point and Life Leeching? I'm not sure. This actually only gains us 2.5, and this reduces the cost by 2, but also reduces the cooldown. And the cooldown reduction is at level 130, and this is at 50. The cooldown reduction is pretty significant. Okay, yeah, you know what? Let's go for the cooldown reduction and Root Marcher. Okay, then fine. You're going to get a Soul Grinder. Or wait, or the Lord of Change. You don't actually have that much magic. Damn. Alright. Well, the Lord of Change isn't going to be all that helpful against Archaon, minus the ability to use Blue Fire, but you only have 1 use of it, so that doesn't really help us right now. You know what? Soul Grinder it is. And then you guys are all going to get switched to... Warband Upgrade. Let's get you going to Marauders of Tzeentch. Doesn't really matter the type. And then I guess you guys are going to become Horsemen of Tzeentch, and then you guys can't get upgraded right now, so you're fine as you are. Okay, well, with the Soul Grinder, do we get more doggos? Or do we get a couple pink horrors? Might help if there's decent stuff remaining in the army. Screamers are good, but they won't help against Archaon. He'll just kill them all, as we saw last episode. Alrighty, well, risky as this is, we're gonna march stance. I wish I knew if Archaon or Kolek moved first. It's a big problem, because if Archaon moves first, he'll simply attack us and ignore Kolek. Or Kolek could... I have no idea. What if we move like this? Really depends on how far Archaon can move. He's in a camp stance, so he can move even further than this. So none of that will help. You know what? Go here, and we'll risk it. There's not much of a garrison at the Plains of Zanbaijin, so we should be able to retake it if Archaon goes there. Ooh, okay. Hopefully this all works out. Alrighty, now assassins and you guys. You guys are about to attack Jiao Ming. I do wonder if he'll move. Let's have you assault that garrison. I imagine he'll run. Although, wait. I once again forgot. You're the one who needs to kill him, yes? Victory over Cathay, very cold, still aloof. Yeah, you don't have,
Chaos awaits.
You don't have Merciless to Ming. So, you are going to move up right there, as close as you can get. And then we're going to run at you. With you. Will you fight? No, you will not. Which leaves us to attack the settlement with, would you help attack the settlement? No. Okay. So then, we move you. We gotta resolve this, and then we attack Jiao Ming next turn then. Yeah, this is garbage, obviously. Auto-resolve. Nobody died, good. And occupy the place. Wait, we can subjugate? Huh. I had not considered that. Now, here's the problem. If we do this... damn. The Skaven will hate us, as in our allies will hate us, and Grimgor might hate us, and Felheart might hate us. Yeah, I'd do it otherwise, but if everybody's going to hate us for doing this, there isn't much of a point. That said, they are a strong faction, and we could give them back all the territory that we took from them. Man, I don't know. Would Grimgor really hate us for this? I'm tempted, I gotta say, I'm real tempted. We wouldn't get the defeat trait, but... Damn it, no, we're going to subjugate him, I don't care. And there we go. And another Hellfire Sword, that's fine. Chaos War Sign for Charon, Wilric's got it. Okay, well, we're gonna have to deal with that. Grimgor. Let's see. Yeah, you didn't like that very much. You condemned treaties with the Western Province. You don't actually like the Blessed Dread. Now... And just to take a quick look here, how do you feel about that, Skaven? Well, you're trusted friends, and it's decreasing. We could give Jiao Ming a bunch of gifts and just reclaim all his provinces, essentially. He probably hates us, too, but that'll fix itself eventually.
Perhaps we can forge a new path.
I think.
Together.
I don't know if this is a terrible idea or not, but the idea tickles me, so I think we have to. Alrighty, well then. Let's see how much we can power you up. Let's give you back Hanyu Port immediately. Presuming you actually want it. Yeah, you do.
Be obeyed.
You sure do. You can give us our money back, but we don't really care. You know what we could do to counteract this? Wait, take the money, take Hanyu Port. I have an idea. Ally lost that post. Oh, well, you shouldn't have built it there. That was terrible. You can have Shenwu as well.
Forgive me for not recognizing you, friend. I took you for another.
All right. Now, you have 3 territories. I think there's a cooldown on which he can't rebel. Now, these guys are really gonna dislike it, but what we could do is offer payment and give them a bunch of small gifts to try to counteract this. I can't remember if it's more beneficial to give a bunch of small gifts or one big gift, but I'm just gonna do it this way right now. Payments, offer payment, small gift, yes. Alright, hopefully this at least somewhat counteracts it. Because of the bug with regards to the relationship, we still can't see how much they like this or not. Minus 37, okay, it's not horrible. It's not horrible, but it does make us stronger, especially as Jiao Ming will recover as a faction, especially if we give back a bunch of the stuff that we took from him. Depending on what we actually want to take and what we actually want to keep. Probably time to get an army down here then. Okay, well this changes things. I was not expecting this at all, so this is going to change our dynamics a little bit. Also, Grimgor, you probably also aren't happy with us giving gifts and treaties with these guys, so let's give you... You know what? Oh, man. Generous gift is 10k. Let's give you a couple of small gifts, then.
This is it. Yeah.
Alrighty. And over time, our vassals will begin to like each other. So that will maybe work. Okay, let's move everybody else along. This is, yeah, this is very much unexpected. You assassins still move towards the armies. And then the armies themselves, well, I guess you're in allied territory, so you can stay here. You can channel, and you can channel, not that that does anything for us. And then one of you will move south, probably the fire army, because you'll be fighting other Cathians, or the monster army. The fire army can still move towards the orcs. Maybe. Let's do that. Alright, you guys go your separate ways now. And then we'll try to grab all this stuff for Jiao Ming and give him Shilong and all of these territories as well. Since he's our vassal, I'm a lot more inclined to do that than before. In fact, since I don't want Shang Wu, I did want Baleful Hills for the Chaos, for the Feral Manticore physical resistance, although it ain't that crazy. And then Bridge of Heaven doesn't matter either. Plus, there's some decent stuff we can get out of the friendship from him.
Know that I expect my every utterance to be obeyed.
Alright, let's give it a turn or two before we give him stuff. No siege equipment, what is this and where is this? Oh, yeah, Vilitch, you have to stay where you are, buddy. And just stay for a while. Also, we have one turn left on martial responsibilities, which means we go to you, and we switch you to exploit vassals. We switch you to nothing. At least for now. You can switch to nothing because, yeah. You can switch to exploit vassals. You can switch to exploit vassals. We're about to spend a bunch of cash. You, I think you're okay. I mean... Nah. Probably okay for now. And then Howling Citadel. There's only one thing to build here, so let's just build a growth building. Even with the increased cost, it's just a small investment right now, so it won't matter. If anything, actually... Nah, we need the growth. Keep the growth then. And also, you were able to keep getting these guys, but you suck, so screw you. Let's skip the rest of that. Unassigned skill points, building upgrades, heroes, outposts, and all that. Though, perhaps it's time to immediately build an outpost in Hanyu Port. And Chiang's just going to be his permanent capital? Okay, fine. War coordination, outpost in Hanyu Port. That should get built up quite strongly. Construct outpost. There we go. Alrighty. Reasonably happy with all that. We're not giving him Shangyang back, that's for sure, though. Let's end the turn like that. And let's see what happens. Lizards, Archaon, much potential. Lizards, no attack. Oh, damn, Archaon's gonna move before Kolek. That's a problem. Our little army's gonna die there. We'll try to destroy Archaon's army, though, because Kolek might still take his stuff. Yeah, okay, he's not going to attack us. Huh, then what's he gonna do? Unless he attack Kolek. Okay, this is interesting. Interesting and unexpected. But, well, maybe it'll be good. What is this? Ceremonious incantation, yeah, for the souls. Orion, Wild Hunt, don't care. Gaze of the Dark Gods, good? What happened here? Archaon did destroy this. Okay, we have a chance here. First, you are going to... Wait, do we still have the transfer? No. You're going to attack the plains of Zanbai Jin. You have a soul grinder, so you should be able to destroy the gate instantly. Valiant defeat, but as long as we do this, we're good. Okay, wait, is there anything we could do to power up this army before we strike here? Oh, Kolek, poor Kolek. I feel bad for him. This is somewhat our fault. Yeah, okay, wait. Also, I just want to check, Jiao Ming, how much do you like and/or hate us now? Because a turn has passed.
I am busy with
1350, okay. It'll take a while, but we'll keep giving him gifts and just doing weird stuff. And how about this? Tzeentch, you're nearly there, which means they're most likely going to attack this turn. And they've hurt our army quite a bit here. I don't really care that much about Pomei, but it does have that marble. Alrighty, well, We're going to fight this, and we're going to fight it cinematically, because, well, a lot is riding on this. I just want to double-check gifts. If we switch out Flames of Fate, and actually out of curiosity, are we filled up with Flamers here? Oh, damn. We need to check somebody else. Let's say one of you guys.
Servants of the wind.
Our Flamers are at 4 out of 6. Okay, so no, that's going to stay as it is. And even if we did switch it out, is there anything that would buff us? Only Arrows of Destiny, which is nice, but probably not super necessary right now. Whirling Destruction has to be kept permanently, because it allows Vilitch to summon a unit for free. Tides of Magic. Yeah, you're gonna be kept for now as well. Okay, well, I guess we'll have to do without any further buffs. So let's give you some temporary items, because this battle is extremely important. We have, like, no items, but you can have a Hellfire Sword to buff yourself up, an Obsidian Lodestone, Beguiling Gem, Charmed Shield of Talos, and no arcane items. Okay. Well, that's all we got. You have no heroes, but you do have that Soul Grinder. I would imagine we should be able to pull this off. Here we go. Alright, here we go. Now, technically, we do outnumber the enemy, and we should be able to defeat their army just fine, but the goal here is to win. Unlike normally, we are going to go straight for objectives, and we are not going to give the enemy any kind of chance actually bothering to try real hard here. So, we are going to hit 3 gates simultaneously with our fast movers, all of our Marauder Horsemen, and our Chaos Warhounds to annoy the enemy, get in the city, capture locations, and then head to the main spawn. And then we have our elite brigade here with the Soul Grinder, our Chaos Sorcerer Lord, and our 3 units of Chaos Trolls. They're all going for the gate and then going straight down this long thoroughfare here, all the way to the Victory Plaza. I'm gonna just break through anybody who dares to oppose them. I also decided to break through the gate manually while using the wall destruction ability here so that our melee units and our pink horse can break through into 2 locations together. Since the big gate does break fairly fast with the monsters anyway. Ooh, I like those effects on that Tzeentch staff though. Very nice. Like the little wisps dancing around there. Alrighty, well anyway, here we go. We are into the enemy settlement now. The enemy's probably going to react at least slightly with this little pile of marauders up here. Or maybe they're just going to sit up here and watch as the mass amount of trolls streams into their city. And no casualties for us so far, though the enemy's taken a little bit of damage, or in fact half damage to that marauder by virtue of that wall being shattered. But we're going to ignore that unit, and we're heading as far and as fast as we can with our trolls. Ignore everything, head to the objective. Alrighty, fortunately these units move a lot faster than our infantry do, so the enemy is going to be having to react to this real quickly, or we'll be there before it knows. Also, the gates, and it is time to move the rest of our units in. As we can see, all of our fast movers are now directly heading towards the gates. I wanted to wait a little bit until the enemy started to move its units back here, which would then prevent it from blocking anything with regards to, once again, those gates. The rest of our army is now moving in. They should make quick work of those marauders, though this is absolutely secondary to our main force. I'm gonna summon a unit of Chaos Furies with our portal glyph, and the purpose of this isn't so much to damage them, but to distract the enemy and prevent them from following our elites here. Keep running, trolls. They're gonna get tired by the time they're there, I'm sure, but that's okay. As we can see in the background, the Fury's dropping down among the enemy, and we're getting closer to the first enemy unit that stands in our way, but very close to the Victory Plaza. And the rest of our army is moving in here as well. Alrighty, and well done to the Furies. They're distracting the enemy, and hey, they're doing a little bit of damage to those Marauder Horsemen as well. Can't complain about that, while the main infantry force here is arraying before the enemy. In addition to that, our Soul Grinder has made it and is now getting a few of those ranged shots with his Magic Javelins. Alright, probably not the best use of them just to kill a few Marauders, but hey, at least it makes them take a little bit of extra damage and morale hits. Anyway, I'm gonna open up the battle, even gonna get a Spirit Leech on the enemy Marauders here, just once again to try to make quicker work of them, while the rest of the units move in, and they're distracted by our Lord here. Here come the Trolls, bringing down those mauls, or clubs, I guess. And the Soul Grinder following suit to preserve its ammunition and also to not kill any trolls with its shots. Plus, we do want to probably maintain ammunition for the Bilious Thunderguff, the Regiment of Renown Chaos Giant that they have. Huh, I noticed that this guy's eyes don't glow like the regular Chaos Giants. Come on, man. Where are the glowing eyes? Damn, 73 melee attack with poison, not bad. Alrighty, well, those units are dead, and we're heading directly for that Victory Plaza. The enemy's still not reacted here fast enough, and most of its units still milling around in the center here, and now all of our fast movers are in as well. We're going to try to use them to distract the enemy lord to prevent him from, well, preventing us from capturing the plaza, and then any additional units here are getting mobbed by our piles of Marauders and our Pink Horse. Our Pink Horse are currently busy knocking that enemy tower down. Not completely necessary, but it's just something for them to do. It's opening a portal as well to summon more Pink Horrors onto the field and annoy the enemy horsemen. We can't chase them down with this army after all, because the Marauders are obviously too slow to catch them, but even the summoned Pink Horrors should be able to make quick work of the relatively fragile Marauders. Over on this side, we've caught the enemy lord and are just going to distract him with our Chaos Warhounds and our Marauder horsemen as well. The Chaos Warhounds wouldn't be too useful against him, but I would imagine that the Marauder Horsemen should be able to do quite a bit of damage, especially as they can continue firing their range when they're in a position like this. Alright, come on, get another shot in there. And there we go, that's a lot of damage. He is now at about, what, 75% HP? Maybe about 2/3 of the way. And good job to the Marauders. We don't care about the Chaos Warhounds surviving. They just need to distract. And we have now nearly captured, in fact, have completely captured the Victory Plaza. So good luck to the enemy taking this away from 3 units of Trolls, the Chaos Sorcerer, as well as a Soul Grinder. The enemy giant is drawing near. There he is, though he is quite slow, and so are some trolls drawing near as well, but we're still looking good. There we go, maybe get a few extra shots into those trolls from our Soul Grinder while we're here. Come on, buddy. To be perfectly honest, this didn't really need to be a cinematic battle, but, I mean, it's a different enough battle, I suppose. And here we go, Spirit Leech going down, a shot from the Soul Grinder, and then we charge their trolls with ours. I wish the trolls were to, well, certain units, not just trolls, were to actually physically grow bigger over time as they leveled up and got kills and stuff like that. This would obviously work for ogres as well, but I guess that's what the mass trait is for on certain things, but, eh. Alrighty, another portal glyph opening up, mostly once again to distract the enemy, but it looks like the Chaos Warhounds and the Trolls are out of the picture. The enemy Lord's still being annoyed, although unfortunately the enemy Exalted Hero arrived, but we can still annoy him with our Marauder Horsemen. We've also captured this supply location and this one and are on the way to capturing another to get those towers off the field and get the enemy less supply, while the rest of our army continues to move in. Regardless of that, the balance of power is, well, not the balance of power, the timer is very much in our favor here. It's not looking like they'll be able to take anything. And we just have to prevent them from getting to this main location. And the giant's moving by. Looks like he doesn't want to quite directly go for the Soul Grinder, but I'm sure we'll be able to hunt him down. Our Troll's gonna once again charge into enemy units of Marauders, as well as our Distraction Furies. Probably should have actually dropped them down behind the enemy to get that extra little bit of a morale shock. But at the end of the day, it's not gonna matter much. They can't win this. And get a little bit of reinforcements with those Chaos Warhounds to chase down enemies and prevent enemy Chaos Warhounds. And our Soul Soul Grinder is now fighting that Bilious Thunderguff. Alright, well, we'll see how these two fare. Looks like the Soul Grinder can stagger the Giant. Spirit Leech coming down, but it all won't matter because this is just a distraction until the balance of power, or until the timer runs out, which should be in the next couple seconds. Alright, keep distracting him, Soul Grinder. A couple more hits. Ooh, I like how the breath makes him stagger, too. That was a really nice sync animation there. And there we are. Just like that, a decisive victory, and a completely necessary one, so there wasn't any room for mistakes. Alrighty, there we go. Usually I'm a lot more inclined to see our own units fight because I enjoy the spectacle, but this time we absolutely had to win, so it was objective gaming all the way. And when we did, so we are going to not gift it to Vassal, we are going to occupy it for ourselves. Archaon's not getting the Plains of Zunbai Jin. And then we will simply attack the Crystal Spires with Vilitch in an instant auto-resolve, like so. And then we will subjugate Archaon. Beautiful, there we go. And without the need to attack his army at that. You done goofed, Archaon. Sorry, buddy. Yeah, there was a lot of mistakes made there for you, because you should have attacked our force. Of course, Kolek would have then attacked you, but it doesn't look like Kolek was much of a threat to you. At least, it would seem so. Also, while we're here, Kazrak, how do you feel about us? You don't like the military actions against the Warhost of the Apocalypse? Okay, sure. They're our vassal now, so that doesn't matter. Alright, well, Hagreif is unlikely to become vassalized, but hey, we could defeat Malice with Vilitch. As I recall, the trait for defeating him is pretty nice. But maybe we'll just destroy him, as I was talking about earlier, and then gift it to the Tong or whatever, and then move north. Kill Siggy, who's right here, and then keep taking territories as we go. There is another Dark Fortress, rather, on the way at Black Rock. And probably plenty more here. Though, as I said, while I did want to originally delete this army, it looks like we're probably better off semi-deleting it and semi-keeping it. As in, retooling the troops, giving Vilitch a lot of the garbage old stuff that it currently has, and then changing up some of that stuff. Anyway, I'm gonna call it here, because while the goals are achieved, the time is up, and I have to figure out what now we have to do, because plans have changed quite considerably with the addition of Zhao Ming to our little roster. Hopefully he stays our vassal. We shall see if he rebels or not, but I guess we'll have to find out over the next few episodes, so stay tuned for more Vilitch, and don't forget to leave a like and comment for your friendly neighborhood heretic. All glory to the algorithm. Suddenly 2 new vassals, and thanks for watching.